Do I really have to explain the joke? Somebody look it up. Okay, whoa, buddy. What the fuck did you expect? I always like to have a portion of my show where I ask the crowd, is there anything that I haven't talked about tonight that you'd like for me to talk about? Yes. The great replacement theory. You're going to have to explain this to me a little bit just because I've heard about it a few times and I don't know if I fully understand what it means in the broad sense, because if you're talking about it here, I've heard about it in the United States. Is it also a global, it's a global theory, okay? And does it have to do with immigrants? Okay, then I know what you're talking about. So the great replacement theory is basically that immigrants are, there's some kind of massive conspiracy to replace white people with immigrants at every level. Like, my question is, then where do the white people go? Like, what? Okay, if immigrants are taking all the jobs, does that mean white people at that point just won't work? But will they still be getting benefits? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound that bad. White people just kicking back and getting benefits while all the people of color work? Dude. Sounds like plantation times all over. Actually, I was in London last night, and slavery came up as a topic, and a woman in the crowd was like, "Well, you know, we ended ours first." I was like, "Yeah, you also started it first. Don't play that play that game with me." That's like if you give me syphilis, and then I'm out there giving other people syphilis. And you take the medication first. You're like, well, I cured myself first. Like, you gave me syphilis, and we're both still assholes who gave people syphilis. It's a great analogy. But yeah, the great replacement theory, it's interesting. It's interesting that we're worried about that more than AI. You know what I mean? Because, that's, for people of color who are, currently taking jobs of white people, we're worried about AI coming and taking it. So it's like, grass is always greener on the other side. I wish I was white and worried about actual people taking my job. We got to worry about robots. And then the AI, what are they worried about? You know what I mean? They're worried about newer additions taking their job. They're worried about software updates. That's all we are to these white people, is a software update. Like, listen, I like to have sympathy for people, and if you're white and you're, worried that someone's going to take your job, it doesn't make sense to me that you would be worried that they're going to take your job because they're from another culture, in as much as they're going to take your job because they're going to work harder at it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like great replacement theory makes sense if you're worried about people replacing you who are going to work harder. At that point, you just work harder than the people who you're worried about replacing you. And that's why with AI, it's f***ing hopeless, because AI can work infinitely faster than all of us. So really, at the end of the day, that's when I think all these race wars are going to end, when the robots come. When the robots come and we have to fight for our lives. Fuck that. It's not, are you white, black, or brown? It's like, it's either us or the robots. I already know the end. I know who wins. It's the robots. So, enjoy these race wars while you can. These are the fucking. We're gonna look back on this one day when our organs are being harvested in the metaverse. Okay, we're gonna look back on this and be like, man, I miss race wars. Dude. What else?
Being an ethnic minority in a Western country.
Being an ethnic minority in a Western country. Replace it. Didn't we just talk about that? Being an ethnic minority. I mean, yeah. In the United States, we're always like, our Republican politicians are always like, look what's happening in Europe. Look what's happening in Europe. They're gonna do it here. Like, what's happening in Europe? Like, they're baking a lot of baked goods. Is there any country in Europe that actually has a substantial, very significant rise in an ethnic minorities population. And I mean like, I'm talking like 5 to 10 percentage points. France. Okay. So, and who is it? Algerians? Oh, what a surprise. It's literally just like Britain complaining about Indian and Pakistani people. It's like, what the fuck did you expect? You literally took fleets of ships over to a part of the world that was not near yours. You fucking put your flag down. You colonized. You said, our objective is to exploit the resources and get these people to act as much as possible like us. Flash forward, they show back up at your door. They're like, we're back. What the f*** did you expect? You taught them how to be you. Of course they're going to come back to your house and be like, hey, I'm ready. Great. So Algerians taking over France. Sorry to say, I'm for that. I'm for that. I'm for that. I'm for that. All right. Anything else?
Far-right leader compared herself to an Obeid.
Here in France?
Yeah. She was condemned to stealing 4 million euros from the European Parliament.
Oh, wow.
Conference afterwards, after she was fined a little, and she said she was persecuted like Martin Luther.
Wow. Wow. You sure it was Martin Luther King and not just Martin Luther? So, okay. So, far-right leader, what's the party called? One person. One person, please. What is it? National Rally? Okay, the national, and then there's an abbreviation for it? Okay. I'll let you do it. So there, and that is, as far as we know, it's maybe not the furthest of right parties, but it's the far-right party that has the biggest backing, maybe, in France. She's actually a member of parliament? Yes. She's a member of parliament. And how many parliament members does this party hold seats? How many parliament members do you have total? 500. And then how many does this far-right party have seats? Like over 200? Over 100. 100. 1 out of 5. I'll tell you what. When a far-right party holds 1 out of 5 of your seats, it ain't that far right, okay? It's pretty, your country's kind of averaging to that. Sorry to break it to you. How many other major parties are there? 3. It's complicated, but if we're talking about parliamentary seats, who has the most seats?
Nobody.
Okay, guys. Let's act like adults here, okay? I can count, okay? Unless they all have an equal number of seats, one motherfucker has more seats, okay? That's how numbers work, all right? Sorry to break it to you. You can't just write off your politics. Well, they all have the seats. They all have... Nobody has them. I don't know. I can't count. There's so many seats. Which one?
The group who had the more seats at the last election, they were called for the government. That's the problem in France for 1 year now. I called it a coup.
A coup d'etat. And I'm assuming it works so the majority, the party that has the majority seats, they are basically in charge, right? No? Like, not so fast, American. You do not understand us. You need an absolute majority. And so because there is no that right now, it's just free for all. You're like, we have no government right now. And that's what? Oh, so for the first time, your president is ignoring the results of an election. Yeah, sounds very familiar, yeah. That's been like the last 3 elections in my country. You're saying technically there's no majority party around, there's no party in charge, but theoretically one of them has the most seats. I would just like to know which one that is. That's all I'm really not trying to bug you guys all night about this. I would just like to know who numerically. It's the far right one? No. Somebody had. It's a coalition, so there's several parties within the. Okay. I see the technicality that we're hung up on. Okay. So let's start by counting coalitions as a unit. Okay. So the coalition of the left has the most seats, but Macron, he what? He refused to give them the ministry. Why is that? Because he what? He can't. He can't legally, or he can't. He can legally, but he refuses to because he's busy. I have too many things going on. I can't choose one of you right now. Just do your thing. What? Yeah. He should have done it. Should have. That's a great standard to measure your leaders by. Should have. Very depressing. Okay. So, yes. He called for the election. And then the election happened. It didn't work out the way he wanted it to. So he's like, actually. So basically, your form of government right now is hold that thought. The left are pro-Palestine? The entire coalition? Okay, whoa, buddy. Whoa. We're not living in the dream world yet. So like the Liberal Party averages to like a liberal Zionist, right? Right, more or less. But within, there's a handful of left parties. How many? You say 4 or you say 1? There's 2. 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4. I feel like we're on a recurring algorithm right here. 2, 2. So it's 4. It is 4. It's been. I see more 4s in the hand. So there is about 4 parties, and within that coalition, is there one of those parties that really is the majority? And which one is that? The which one? Elephant? Y'all are Republicans? What's that? Can you just give me letters to, yeah, what was that? The Greek letter phi. I'll work with that. So that's yours? L? LFI. Nailed it. LFI. LFI. They spelled life incorrectly. LFI. Okay, good. That's why I thought elephant. That makes sense. Okay, I'm not just hearing things. So LFI is it holds the majority of seats within this Democratic coalition. Approximately how many seats does LFI have? 80, which is still less than the far right party. Okay, and then outside of this left-turn coalition that has 4 parties within it, the majority having 80 seats, you have this far right party, and then what? And then Nepo Baby, is that the party's name? Are they just like really? Are they just really like on the nose about it? They're like, we're Nepo Babies all